Hello, community, and welcome back to another Keeping It Real with Dr. Anita podcast. I am your host, Dr. Anita Polite Wilson, C-Suite Trusted Advisor, Board Director, and Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging Strategy Consultant. It's that magical time of year again, and I'm thrilled to be here to kick off the festive spirit of the holidays by exploring the joy, the challenges, and the profound moments that make this season so special. As we gather around the virtual fireplace, let's reflect on the essence of the holidays. As we all know, beyond the twinkling lights and the gift wrap packages lies a deeper significance. It's a time for connection, compassion, and the warmth of shared moments. In a world that often moves too fast, the holidays offer a gentle reminder to slow down and savor the beauty of human connection. But let's keep it real, folks. For many, the holiday season can be a mixed bag of emotions. While it's a time of celebration, it can also bring feelings of loneliness, stress, and even grief. The pressure to create picture perfect celebrations can sometimes overshadow the true spirit of the season. So, I encourage each of you, all of us, to be kind to yourselves and others during this time. I recently had a conversation with my brother about how my outlook on the holidays has changed dramatically since our father passed away 3 years ago. Since childhood, we always gathered around a roaring fire in the fireplace that Daddy actually built to unwrap gifts that we were hoping to find based on the exhaustive list we provided each year to our parents. And each year, my mother would say, Christmas is going to be slim this year, so we need you to make sure you tell us what three gifts you want the most. Of course, those three items would be the last ones given to us after we had unwrapped everything else on our list. The smells of freshly baked persimmon cookies and hot wassail made for a quick breakfast, and sometimes a slice of the sample sweet potato pie just before the big holiday meal. Most times, we had others around the table that didn't have a family like ours to share the holidays with. My mother has a huge heart for those who may be lonely, and I've learned something from her about noticing others. When I married, I had to divide the holiday between two households to make sure each set of parents had ample time with me and my husband, and it can be tough. And I never wanted one set of parents to feel cheated at the expense of the other set of parents. Of course, we weren't the first family to ever go through this, so they were always kind and considerate. Driving up and down the 91 freeway between homes was challenging, but made for a day of frantic fun until it wasn't. Now, with Daddy gone, when my husband and I leave my parents' house, it's very hard because we're half the party. My mother and brother are left to enjoy the afternoon together, while my husband and I hit the road to see his parents before the day gets away from us. I shared with my brother that the holidays aren't ever going to be the same because Daddy's gone. I think it's still hard for him to face, especially being single. The laughter of children doesn't fill the house, and it's a reminder of Christmases past that will forever be a memory that can only be remembered every year and not relived with new toys and shrieks of laughter from grandchildren. And it's hard for me because I don't want to leave my mother, but I also need to be mindful of spending time with my other parents, whose grandchildren are now grown, and the shrieks of laughter from children is also missing from their home. After talking it over, my brother and I decided to propose a new tradition to my mother in which my husband and I will have Christmas Eve dinner with my mother and brother. We'll spend the night, open gifts in the morning, and go out for a hearty breakfast before my husband and I leave to spend the day with his parents, and then finally go home to spend a couple of hours reflecting together. The point is to prioritize making memories. The power of traditions cannot be overstated, especially when the time comes to create new traditions, knowing that the old traditions are irreplaceable. Whether it's decorating the tree or lighting candles with loved ones, baking cookies, or watching your favorite holiday movie, and it's still debatable whether or not Die Hard is a holiday movie, but we'll save that for another conversation. Traditions anchor us in the present while connecting us to the past. They're like a comforting thread that weaves through the fabric of our lives, creating a sense of continuity and belonging. This holiday season, I encourage you to embrace the imperfections in the best laid plans and find joy in the simple moments. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, but our best gifts are in the present moment. Take a deep breath, savor the laughter, and appreciate the uniqueness of each experience. As we celebrate, let's also remember those who may be facing challenges during this season. When we consider what is currently going on in other parts of the world, the holidays can either seem meaningless or they can bring hope for the future. Reach out to friends, family, or even strangers who might need a little extra support. It's amazing how a small gesture of kindness can brighten someone's day and create a lasting impact. Before I go, let's delve into the profound notion of belonging. As we gather around the metaphorical table of life, the practice of the table, the commons, and the hearth takes center stage in almost all of our gatherings. Belonging to me is the gift we give ourselves and others, fostering a culture that transcends organizational walls and positively impacts the bottom line. Let's spend some time unpacking a few concepts I discuss often throughout the year with my guests during my real conversations from the C suite. I want you to imagine the practice of the table where people from diverse backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives come together. It's not just about the physical table, it's about creating spaces for genuine connection. Belonging thrives when everyone feels seen, heard, and valued, contributing to a rich tapestry of ideas that can propel organizations forward. Now, let's talk about the commons and the hearth. These practices call for standing together for a cause or having conversations that can be heated, yet doing so with respect and empathy. During the holidays, emotions can run high and discussions can become intense. How do we engage in these conversations without causing damage to our relationships? The key is to approach these moments with an open heart, a willingness to listen, and a commitment to understanding each other's perspectives, just like sitting around the holiday dinner table. The point is not necessarily to agree, but to raise one's awareness of another perspective based in someone else's lived experience, and to be respectful. As we look ahead to 2024, let's recognize that leadership is not exclusive to those with executive titles. Everyone has the power to demonstrate leadership in ways that cultivate a true sense of belonging. It's about creating an environment where individuals feel empowered to bring their authentic selves to the table, knowing that their voices matter even if we respectfully agree to disagree. So, as we celebrate the holidays and embark on a new year, let's make a collective commitment to put into practice the concept of belonging. Let's gather around the table, embrace the commons, and tend to the hearth with empathy and understanding. In doing so, we not only enrich our personal lives, but also contribute to the creation of workplaces that thrive on diversity, inclusion, and a genuine sense of belonging. The holiday season is a time of reflection to appreciate the blessings in our lives and express gratitude. So, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on the highlights of your year, the lessons learned, and the growth experienced. Cherish these moments as you look forward to the possibilities that the new year holds. This month on Real Conversations from the C-Suite, I'll have two guests with me, Ms. Sherelle Jackson, the founder and president of Leadership in Heels, and Dr. Katrina Elliott, the CHRO of a Fortune 100 company. In our first conversation, we're going to discuss what belonging means to each of them and how belonging is a gift to organizations in terms of both culture and the bottom line. In my second conversation with Ms. Jackson and Dr. Katrina, we'll spend a little more time on the concepts of the practice of the table and specifically explore how gathering around a table cultivates belonging. In our third real conversation from the C suite, I want to spend time with Ms. Jackson and Dr. Katrina, considering the importance of the practice of the commons and the practice of the hearth, which are about standing together for a cause and at times having conversations that can be heated. Considering what's going on around the world today, how can we engage with one another during the holidays without damaging relationships? Finally, in my last conversation with Ms. Sherelle Jackson and Dr. Katrina Elliott, we're going to wrap up our series of podcasts by looking forward. We all agree that leadership is not exclusive to those with executive titles. We're going to explore how everyone can demonstrate leadership in the new year in ways that cultivate a true sense of belonging. Please come back for each episode in this holiday series of real conversations from the C-suite as a simple way to feed your leadership soul. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you for being a part of the Keeping It Real with Dr. Anita community. Your support, engagement, comments, and authenticity are the true gifts that make this podcast special to me. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you a Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and lots of memory-making moments filled with love, laughter, and levity that warm your soul. May this season bring you peace, happiness, and the courage to keep it real in every aspect of your life. Until next time, this is Dr. Anita reminding you to stay blessed and keep it real.